Hey everyone, it's Tracy here. Today I'm a guest designer for the Sweet Stamp Shop. So I'm going to be using the Sparkle and Shine stamp set, and I have a piece of Tim Holtz watercolor paper that I cut down to size, but I'm actually going to be cutting it down a little bit later some more. So I'm just going to stamp the three largest gem images with VersaFine ink. This is actually the first time I've ever used this ink, and I really like it because it doesn't stain your stamps like StazOn would, and you can use it with watercolor. It doesn't bleed out or anything like that. So I'm just randomly stamping these all over my watercolor cardstock. I have my last large gem image here. Alright, and I double stamped that one and I didn't quite get it lined up, which is one of the reasons I'm going to cut it down in a minute here. But I'm going to do some watercoloring with the Tim Holtz Distress markers. And I have the seasonal set here. You could use any distress markers though that you wish. So this is kind of my first time doing this, so I'm just practicing a little bit with my marker and a water brush. So I didn't quite get enough ink on there. I found that you want to do like half and half, so you want to color in half of that with the marker and then pull it over to the other side with the water brush. So it's going to be a lot darker on one side and then more faded and lighter on the other side. So the green was the mowed lawn. This is the salty ocean marker. It's a really pretty light blue. And you can see I'm pulling the ink over to the other side and it just gets lighter, and it's a really cool effect when you see the completed card. It looks really cool how it's they're like bold on one side and then lighter on the other. So this teal is the peacock feathers. And then I have the pink, which is the picked raspberry. Alright, my next color is Festive Berries, which is kind of like a brighter red color. And then again, I just take my water brush and pull the ink over to the other side. And if it's not quite blending well, you can just squeeze on your water brush a little bit to get some more water flowing through there, and that'll help the color blend and move over to the other side. So that purple was the Seedless Preserves, and then this orangish color is Ripe Persimmon. It's more of like a reddish orange color. Alright, and then I'll go back and repeat some of the colors. So I'm going to go back with the mowed lawn. So I just skipped forward a little bit and I'll finish coloring. It's just the same process as I've been doing the whole time. Alright, so you're going to want to let this dry. You can either let it air dry or use your heat tool to heat over the wet parts. So I'm going to take a black strip of cardstock, and this is where I am going to put my sentiment on. I'm going to heat emboss this, so I'm taking my powder tool and just going over the cardstock and choosing my sentiment. There's two different parts to this, so I just want to line them up on my acrylic block. And then I'll go ahead and stamp that with Versamark ink. And then I'm going to use the mustard embossing powder from American Crafts. That's the Zing embossing powder. So I'm just going to cut that down a little bit so that it fits onto my card. And I have a black A2 size card base. And then I also cut a yellow piece of cardstock and a teal piece of cardstock, and those are going to be used to mat the gem watercolor piece. So I'll just go ahead and layer all of my cardstocks together here, and then I will put my sentiment onto the front. And I am going to attach that with these 3D foam squares. So I'll just put some on each end and then in the middle. And then that will be my finished card. Thank you so much to the Sweet Stamp Shop for having me as their guest designer. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will see you next time. Bye!